Hey guys, annotation is a skill that we're going to work on an awful lot in this class, so I wanted to put together a guide to show you how it is done, both to help you get the most out of it and also to help you maximize your performance on them. Annotations always start with a question. Here's a sample page from a textbook I used and annotated last year. And you'll see right here at the very top of the selection I'm reading, I put a question to guide my reading. The next step then is to underline or highlight. In this case, you'll see I highlighted any information that you read that helps you answer your question. So you use the question to focus your reading and then underline the information that you're finding that helps you answer that question. This is just a trick to get you to read at a little bit of greater depth. But that's not the only thing that you're doing. The other thing you'll notice right away just from looking at this page is you'll see there are these notes I've put in the margins of the page. You should shoot in annotations in this class for 3 to 5 marginal comments per page. And those can come in a variety of forms. They could be as simple as a summary, right? Just a quick and easy way to summarize what was going on in the passage that you read, makes it easier to find later. It could be something as personal as an emotional reaction. You can see right here, oftentimes my emotional reactions have exclamation points, but it's a way to capture how you felt or what struck you about a given reading. Always and everywhere valuable is when you can make a connection, either a connection to a previous idea or a connection to some example that could be used. Never underestimate the power of a good example for explaining things. It's a very effective way to communicate. And then the other thing you'll notice a lot in my annotations, several places, here and here in particular, are questions. These could be questions that you have for yourself. These could be questions that you have for me. These could be questions that you want to put to your classmates to see what they make of something. The last thing I'll show you in these annotations is you'll see there's a couple places where there is a star next to the annotation. I use stars to highlight the information that's most significant to me. And again, all I'm doing there is just trying to make it easier to find. So this is the result, right? And what you're looking for here is something that even from 10 feet away and unable to read my terrible handwriting, you can tell that I was deeply engaged in the reading that I was doing based on the annotations I made in the text and on the margins of the text. That's the goal for you as well. So that's what annotation looks like when you have a paper copy. And I would strongly recommend and prefer, if you have access to a printer, that you print up articles that I ask you to annotate. But in this distance learning mode, that might not be always and everywhere possible. So let me show you a little bit about how you might be able to do annotation digitally. And you're going to do it using Google Docs. So here I just grabbed an article off of the internet. I cut and paste the text of the article into Google Docs. I'm going to start with a question. And what I did was I put that here in the header. Use the question, what does this article say about the prodigal son? So now that's the very first thing at the top of the page, and it will be on every follow-up page in the article. So then I'm going to start reading, and oh my gosh, look, I just found an interesting line here that might help me understand the prodigal son a little bit better. So I want to hold on to that for later. I'm going to use the highlight button up here on the toolbar to sort of hang on to that line. Now, it might not be enough just for me to hang on to that line. Maybe I want to add a little bit more to it. And I want to make a comment on it. So again, I'm going to highlight that same text and use the comment button either up here in the toolbar or here on the margins of the document. And there I can leave a comment. Boom, right? And as I'm going through the document, as I find other places where I need to comment, I can leave more. And then what you can do is take a snapshot, take a screenshot of a page, a sample of your annotations, and you can submit that to me for grading. So this is quick and easy and dirty. It's not the fullness that would be using your hand and handwriting your annotations, but in a pinch, in this distance learning mode, it works. Hope this video is helpful to you. Please reach out if you have any questions about this really, really important skill.